Good evening, Democrats. Welcome to my quinceañera. Or bar mitzvah, whatever. Okay. Now I know many of you are thinking, wow, Eric, you got really tan and sound much more happier than you used to. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mark Gonzalez, and I'm honored to serve as your chair of the Los Angeles County Democratic Party. I am honored to be the youngest and first Latino to lead our county party. Welcome to the annual Franklin and Eleanor Roosevelt Awards dinner. What an honor to be in the presence of all of you here tonight. Sitting in this very room are not just the big political names we read about or see in the news. Also sitting in this room are people, the people who many would argue are far more important. Being in the presence of the most steadfast and passionate activists the state and the nation has ever seen is the biggest honor anyone in this room could ask for, and it is a pleasure to be honoring them tonight as Democrats of the Year. Special congratulations to Miss Jimmy Woods Gray and my former colleague and friend Miguel Martinez for earning the Pat Eastman Volunteer of the Year Award. Now, we've all heard the naysayers talk about how the Democratic Party is floundering, how we are somehow losing the working and middle class. Well, standing at this podium, I look out and see something a little different than what those naysayers say. I see Democratic mayors sitting among electricians and food workers. I see Democratic officials debating issues with teachers and students. I see Democratic state legislators talking with nurses and healthcare workers. And I see advocates for the highest office in our great state speaking closely with very activists and volunteers who are going to spread their message by going door to door and making every single call to get them elected. In this room, I see Democrats who are more in tune with the people they represent than I've ever seen. Together, we are the Los Angeles County Democratic Party, and each of you are the reason we are the strongest central committee in the nation. Yes, pretty proud of that. You are the reason we are going to kick out Darrell Issa, Jeff Denham, and kick out Steve Knight. The reason we are going to protect and re-elect Al Murasucci, and the reason we are going to pass ballot measures with real progress. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't speak to the man who was on the stage before me for at least a little bit, our California Democratic Party chair, and a new title that I have to add, Chair Emeritus of LACDP, Mr. Eric Bellman. Eric, saying LACDP owes you a debt of gratitude would be an understatement of the century. You are a mentor to many, a headache to some. But without you, I wouldn't be standing here today. Actually, in fact, without you, many in this very ballroom would not be here if it wasn't for your leadership, guidance, and always taking that call. On behalf of all of us, Eric, thank you. Thank you for seeing what the Democratic Party has the potential to become and working yourself to the bone so that the vision becomes a reality. Let's give Eric a hand. Now, I love you, Eric, and your mentorship has meant the world to me. One thing I've grown accustomed to hearing over the past few months, and something I'm sure many have thought about, is how difficult it will be to fill your shoes. My response? Easy. His feet are smaller than mine. All jokes aside, I will venture to say that it would be impossible for anyone to fill anyone's shoes you left behind, Eric, but that's okay because you taught me to wear my own and to make my own mark. You have turned LACDP into a powerhouse of political influence, and we have no intention of giving any of that up. We are going to continue to build what you have created and expand on principles, practices, and policies we hold true. Let me speak again to the activists sitting in this room, because aren't you the reason we can stand and fight on behalf of democratic progressive values? Because you are here tonight with your loved ones, family, and friends. We can do our duty to re-elect good, true progressive Democrats to lead and to represent us. You are here so that we can keep Mr. Josh Newman in his seat. Where are you, Josh? There you are. Republicans think that they see weakness and political opportunity in Senate District 29, but I see the man with the strength of a bear and the power of the Los Angeles County Democratic Party behind him. And we will use every resource at our disposal to ensure he remains in the seat he was rightfully elected. The activists are going to make LACDP the home of sisters and brothers in labor, because every working person in this county, state, and country deserves to earn a livable wage for good, honest work. It is absolutely ridiculous that we still have to have this argument, but the fact that there are so many unions represented here tonight shows me that the Democrats and labor will continue to go hand in hand to enact real change. Make no mistake, I am committed to preserving and building our relationship with labor to unprecedented heights. We are the party that fights with every strength and vigor to ensure that every man, woman, and child has access to good quality health care that will not cost them a penny out of their pocket. A single-payer option is what we must accomplish if we are all to call ourselves a civilized society. Our country's founders said themselves that every person has the inalienable right to life, and we are going to make sure that our government heeds their call. With our activists, we will be able to fight for affordable housing in Los Angeles, a county that knows the harsh reality of its lacking all too well. Housing affordability is nothing to be taken lightly, and you will see me at the Los Angeles County Democratic Party advocating and working to make sure Los Angeles is a place with fair housing for all its workers and residents. We all know it's possible, and aren't we fired up to make this a reality? There's one thing we need to do before we can accomplish any of our progressive dreams. We must accept that we are to be united in the battles ahead. I don't doubt that everyone in this room wants the same things, but we will accomplish any of it if we sit and judge people for who they voted for in November or May. No one is saying we must agree on everything. In fact, what makes our party so great is the diversity of the opinions and the viewpoints within it. But let me be clear. We will never accomplish a single thing until every single person in this room and out accepts that while we can disagree vehemently on issues, nothing be accomplished without unity. While we passionately debate and march, we cannot and will forget those with whom we fight for. We must remember, Democrats may sometimes be opponents with each other, but we cannot afford to be each other's enemies. In the age of social media, it's easy to get caught up in our own ideological echo chambers behind a digital screen, and it's easy to get caught up in being right rather than doing right. But I look out at all of you and I see a bright blue future. Before I depart, I'd like to ask all the hotel staff to come out here for a moment. Please give these wonderful men and women a round of applause. They're the folks who make it possible for us to be here tonight. They're the housekeepers, the cooks, the bellmen, the servers, the bartenders, the front desk agents, and the dishwashers. Some of you may not have time to walk a precinct or go to a rally, but you succeed when we succeed, plain and simple. And isn't that the real reason why we're here tonight? With everyone's help, we will succeed as we head into 2018. We will retain our supermajority in the state legislature. We will take back the House. We will put progressive values in the Senate throughout this country. And we will put a competent, intelligent, caring, and truthful person back in the White House. Thank you, Democrats. I look forward to serving you, and go Dodgers!